check out the Patreon and gain access to all the source code. Hey, welcome to this new video about the SpellEditor. Today we'll go over how we can make this fireball we have here do the 80 to 170 damage, fire damage. As you can see here, it all works. So we cast it and it's rank 1 and 91. And you can see it's rank 1 and all we did was change the damage we get when we fire it and people or mobs are hit. So I will see you in the video. So right before we start here, I will just give you guys a heads up. So the video last time was 2.3.0. That's the version I used last time. Since there's a lot of bugs with it, mainly that you can't even export to a normal MPQ file. So I chose to, after some testing, I have found the 2.2.8 and I will highly recommend you to download that one and use that from now on. I will be using this for the video, so let's get right into it. Now I have opened the SpellEditor, and as I said before, 2.2.8 is the version I'm using. So we want to change the fireball spell, so we will just write fireball to find it. And you can see it here, and I will go for the rank 1 as I showed in the start of the video. Now you can see the damage down here, and you can see it says $S1 and $O2. For now, I'll simply go over how we can do. So this says, instead of this, it will say the correct tooltip. And you would maybe think that you will change it right here, but you won't. I will go over how this is done. So if you click on it, then you say effects, say effects 2, and now you can see the spell effects. So spell effects 1, 2, and 3. And for this one, there's an aura. That's the damage thing that procs all the time. You know, the fire or the fire aura on it, on the creature. And 3, nothing in here, and spell effects 1 here. And spell effects 1 is where we will actually do the changing of the damage. So here you can see school damage. Reason it's a school damage and not something else here is because it's fire. And if we go to the base, you can see school, it's ticked on fire. So this means that the spell will be a fire spell. And now we go back to effects, effects 2, and it's spell effects 1. To change this, as you can see here, it says 13 and 9. If we go back, you can see here it says 14 and 222. Well, some people might be asking, okay, well, this says 13 and this says 9, so where does it get the 22? So the way it works is that this will be the base damage. So if I did like this, if I set 1 here and I quickly save it and go back and forth to the spell, you can see 14. That simply means that it will only do 14. So that's one thing you can do if you just wanted to do a straightforward damage. So the reason we see it says 14 here is because here you will always minus 1 from the total damage. So 13 will be 14 normally. And that's just what we put in the die size here. So before, when we did this, we could see over here, we can see on a spell that it says 22. The reason it does that is because we plus these two together, and then that's the max damage. So what we want to do to make it show the damage and actually do the damage that I showed in the intro is that we simply want to change these two so it matches. And the way I will be doing that is the base points will be 7, 9, and this one will be 9, 1. and then we click Control S to save it. And now if I click back on it, you can see 80 to 170 in fire damage. So that's how that works. So now we change the damage, but as I said, I will go over this one. So $S1 is basically just, it shows, so S1 is the spell effects 1. And if you look here, you can see that it says spell effects 1. And then here you can see fire damage every 2 seconds. That's 1 damage. Well, that was the aura we put on the mob when we hit them. So you give them damage every 2 seconds. And that's S2. Well, the way we figure out what S2 is, we go to spell effects 2. And then we see here. So it's 0 here and it's 1 here. So that's the damage for the periodic damage, like the aura we put on the creature when we hit them. Now all we gotta do to actually put this into the server and client is, again, I always like to make sure I've saved it. Click Control S. Now go up to import and export here. Depending on what you use, I always, as I told you all the last time, I use the EBC files where I just move it out, move it on my own. And so that's what I will be clicking here, because you need to move it into the server and to the client. I have a patch that's a folder, so I don't do the MPQ file type. I just have a folder. So I will just click this one and it will be exporting here. So it takes a little time. So now it's done exporting. So you can close that. And if you want, you can even close the SpellEditor. So I will do that. Next, you will move over to your SpellEditor, the folder you have it in, then export, click Control A to select everything, Control C to copy everything. And now you will simply go to your patch folder. So mine is patch 4.mpq. That's the folder for the client. And then you go to the DBC files client and you just paste it in here. And now it's updated for the client. The last thing we need to do is that we want to update our server, so it also has the changes now. So you will go in here into the root of your server, click data, DBC. And again, Control V just to import it in here. So that's basically all we have to do to update it. I will see you all when I go in game. And now I'm in game, so let's go delete a character here so we can make a new one. And let's just take Mage, give her a random name, and go in. So now you can see when I hover my mouse over it, it says the damage that we set in the SpellEditor. Next thing we want to do is that we want to take a wolf here, or any creature for that matter. And the next thing we're just gonna do is cast it and check, okay, does the damage match? Yeah. So as you can see, we can cast on another, the damage matches the range we gave it. So that was all for this video. I hope you learned something. See you in the next one.